What is up, Transformer Ninjas? Gajo here with another Target exclusive toy, Dark of the Moon Jazz, or Autobot Jazz by the packaging. We have here a wonderful representation of the first movie Jazz figure, and it comes complete with his pole arm extension. Very nice. Definitely love that. So that's pretty cool. Comes with a nice weapon. And his vehicle mode is very nice. It's Pontiac Solstice. And it has the wonderful little tattoos all over it. And it is a nice translucent black or grayish plastic. So it's really nice figure to pick up. I didn't get a chance to pick up the first movie figures. I want to get the last or final battle Autobot Jazz, whatever that is, but basically this is a Target exclusive figure. He comes with a magical little book on an adventure of Jazz with a space case, so it's pretty cool. Little encounters with Jazz and space case and such. So enough about the vehicle mode. It is time for transformation. So if you've seen this toy before, you know how transformation goes. Basically, you disconnect the back here, fold that up, and then you take this, kind of fold it out, extend the leg, and you turn them outward like so. You kind of move all that down for now, and then its front, just kind of move that down a little bit. His arms will pull out very easily. Mine are kind of tight, but they're really nice. So you fold the fender. Basically, I just folded the fender back. Then his arm will come out here. You can rotate that. There's his arm. Let's see if we can fold it. Connect all that together, it's a lot easier. To do the same thing to the other side, you just kind of loosen it. Fold it up. I'll try to show you what I did here. Basically take this, spin it around. It's on like a pivoting joint. And this will do the same thing. It's on another pivot joint. You flip his hand out. Fold it in to make his arm. It's basically his arm. And that'll spin around like so. So you have part of Jazz. And then his legs, to finish him off, make sure these are all the way pulled out. His feet flip down, and he has little heel spurs inside his feet. So, flip that out. You can fold these out too if you want. These are just like little stability things, I suppose. Little wheels. Help him stabilize his stance, I suppose. I don't know. And then you get an Automorph feature with his head, kind of like the little thing, and then his chest pops out too. If you want to see that, it just kind of automorphs a little bit. Not really. It's nice. And then the backpack just kind of doesn't really stay all the time. I'll fold that up, and it just kind of, since the plastic's kind of weird, it's a little springy, so it doesn't want to stay all the time. Basically, there you have, adjust the camera, Dark of the Moon, Target exclusive Jazz. Well, we all know Jazz is kind of dead since the first movie, so hasn't been around. So it's kind of nice to see another figure of him, even though it is a remold and a redeco of him. To attach his pole arm, you just kind of grab his arm here and you fold out his hand. You don't have to tuck his hand in if you don't want to. And there's a little port underneath. Now it's not a MechTech port, unfortunately. It's the 3.5mm port or whatever. And that will just get it in there. Just shove in there. And he will have a nice pull arm for messing stuff up, I guess. Never seen him with a pull arm, but I actually like it. It's pretty cool. He's basically, like I said, he's his movieverse toy from the first movie. So it's really nice, and it's really bulky. I like it. And I suppose we should go to the G-spec. Let's transform the G-spec. Actually, let's play some nice music to that G-spec. Alright, G-spec. We got some G-spec of Autobot Jazz. First off, let's go to paint apps. This robot doesn't really have particularly a paint app. I mean, the paint apps on it are like the headlights and taillights and accents of the car, which are really nice, but mostly it's just this really cool translucent plastic, which is really awesome, so that's just badass. But the robot itself does have some good paint apps, and they didn't just cut out a lot of the silvers and shit just because, you know, why not? They actually gave him some good paint and good plastics, so he's really nicely painted and colored, so yes. Articulation, his arms are a little fussy because of the hinges in the hinge joints. They don't really rotate at all, so that kind of stinks, but they do move pretty well, so it's good. His legs are really nicely articulated with knees and stuff. They only bend so far, but that's okay. You know, he's not a bad robot. It's not like he's like stiff. He's got some good articulation, do some pretty good moves and stuff. His head does spin and all that fun crap. Alternative mode, awesome. It does lack on the paint apps for the car, but when you think that the whole character is this wonderful translucent plastic, you can't really think that, you know, it's that bad. Excuse me. But, and then we go to robot mode, which is awesome. Robot mode is great with the black plastic instead of the silver. I've seen this robot repainted too, so that it has like the white and blue and red stripe on it. So, I mean, I like this. This is really cool for a Jazz toy for a movieverse. I really like it. For a Deluxe figure, I don't really like a lot of the Jazz Deluxe figures. I just bought the Human Alliance one because it was the best looking one out of them all, and I just accepted that as the Jazz figure for the movieverse. But this guy is really sweet. Picked him up because, I don't know, I just like Jazz, and I thought it was cool. There's a Dark of the Moon one, and he came with a comic book. I figured reveal some stuff about Jazz, but not really. Just stuff about the space case, which is okay too. But on the word, from a robot mode, we go to Persona, and in all reality, it does kind of render Jazz, you know, pretty well. He's more of a bunny robot than Jazz than I remember. However, it looks like Jazz. You know, if you were to kind of wing it, you'd probably guess Jazz for as far as, you know, what the car was. So that's pretty badass. As far as transformation goes, also to the Persona side of the thing, it kind of transforms G1-ish. I mean, it doesn't do the exact G1, but it's, you know, it's just like the Reveal the Shield Jazz. It kind of transforms like his old G1 self. So that's pretty cool. And from Persona we go to accessories. His pole arm staff is pretty cool. It can hook onto his back if you don't want to display him with it. And it can shrink if you want to make it kind of like a shorter gun or a pole arm staff. And I believe there's a few other robots that can hold on to it, but other than that, it's just, you know, it's okay. It's not bad. It doesn't really come with anything else. Transformation. Transformation-wise, he's got a nice, simple transformation. Once you get used to it, it's very quick and easy, breezy, peasy, especially with the arms. The first time with the arms, you're kind of like sitting there, flopping it around, making sure that you get it transformed right, and then after that, after you get used to it, you're just kind of like, oh, I get it now. And I also didn't know he had the automorph feature on his head, so I kind of pulled his head off once. So that, yeah, that's whatever. And durability. This plastic's really sweet. It doesn't feel like it's just gonna break. You know, it doesn't feel like it's just gonna snap off and then the plastic goes bye-bye. You know, it's really nice. And then obviously the rest of the plastic's really good solid figure. He's got some, you know, good tight joints, considering that it was probably an old mold, but I'm pretty sure they had to remold it considering the new plastics that they used in it. So maybe they just, you know, put in new bits for the shell and then use the old bits. I don't know how they did it, but either way, it's really nice, and I do like it a lot, most definitely. Let's see here. What else? What am I forgetting? Playability. Playability. I love playability. You know, it's like it's an average playability. I mean, it's just, you know, it's got a gun. It's got, you know, it's good. It's good. And overall, I definitely like this figure. I would recommend picking it up if you have a target around you. Most definitely. I would not stray away from trying to pick these 4 Target Deluxe class figures up with the comic books. If you could pick up at least 1 or 2, I would recommend Space Case or Jazz. If you like RC, pick RC up, because the color of RC is a lot better, and that translucent plastic looks gorgeous on the RC bike. And I definitely would just like RC's mold from the first movie a lot, as opposed to Elita 1. So, without further ado, like I said, this is Gay Joe with Dark of the Moon review of Target exclusive Autobot Jazz with the Magic comic book. And also, like I said, I'll get you guys at the end with the close-ups. Maybe I'll be able to show you that little translucent plastic. Just like, you know, look for pin joints and stuff like that on the plastic shell. It's really nice. It just makes the robot look really cool. And like I said, with my contest, if you guys are doing the contest, another week of contest deadline's the 5th. Like I said, you basically, you know, answer the question, tell me your top 5 Transformers. I would prefer video responses, but you can just leave a comment, and I will most definitely enter you into the drawing. And basically, like I said, it's just a drawing. It's not based on creativity or anything, and you just have a good chance as anybody to win. So, and you only get 1 entry, so that's important too, I suppose. Either way, Gay Joe with another review, signing out with Autobot Jazz. Peace out.